Boom, 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 boom. Africa, Africa, Africa. How you doing? My name is Utsman Ayedele, and officially Afcon 2025 has come and gone. I've seen so many Afcons in my lifetime, and I have to say Afcon 2025 in Morocco actually ranks as one of the best tournaments I have seen in terms of everything. I think big kudos has to be given to Morocco because they did an amazing job in terms of hosting Africa and giving us a tournament that Africa can be proud of. There are so many highlights from the just concluded Afcon, and I'll start at the very beginning, which is the opening ceremony. The opening ceremony was one of the best I have seen in terms of opening ceremonies at the tournament, at an Afcon tournament in a very long time. And I have to say, big ups to Morocco and that giant Afcon trophy. I think that was like my highlight of the whole Afcon opening ceremony. Yes, that big giant Afcon trophy. I wonder where that trophy is at the moment. Then to the games itself, I think every nation that played at the Afcon, whether from the group phase to the round of 16 to the quarters to the semi-finals and to the final, I think it is fair to say that we were treated to an entertaining tournament in terms of the games played, in terms of the goals scored, in terms of the drama of the tournament itself. And I would say again, big shout out to Morocco. There were so many highlights during the competition. One highlight that I really liked was our Congolese super fan in Michael Nkoka Mboladinga. I hope I got that right. Please, Congolese fans, don't come for me. But for those of you who don't know who that is, he is the Congolese fan famous for standing still with his right arm stretched for the entire 90 minutes of all the games that Congo played at the Afcon 2025. And this is actually in respect to Congolese hero Patrice Lumumba. I mean, I enjoyed his performance throughout Afcon as he was like a shining light in the tournament, and it was heartbreaking to see his hand go down when Congo lost to Algeria. But I think Afcon 2025 would be remembered as the Michael Nkoka Boladinga Afcon because he actually mesmerized us throughout Congolese run in the tournament. So, to you, Michael, big ups to you. You made Africa proud, and you made Congo proud as well. And I'm sure Patrice Lumumba will be proud of you. So now to the numbers behind Afcon. 52 games were played throughout the tournament, and a record-setting 121 goals were scored. In terms of discipline, 213 yellow cards were dished out, and 9 red cards were also served out in total. That was those are some incredible numbers. Now, looking at the awards, of course, Senegal actually beats Morocco to claim the title of Champions of Africa, with Morocco coming in second place, and Nigeria defeating Egypt in the third place match to get bronze medal, which is their 9th bronze medal. Wow. I think Africa should just make 5 bronze medal, one gold medal. I don't know if there's a logic behind that, but I think that would actually make sense because 9, that is unprecedented. But big ups to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, for the player of the tournament, we have Sadio Mane. who was really influential throughout the tournament for Senegal. So big ups to him. For the tournament's highest goal scorer, we have Brian Diaz of Morocco, who scored in 5 consecutive games. That was amazing for Morocco as well. Now, the best goalkeeper of the tournament went to Yassine Bono of Morocco, who kept 5 clean sheets. That was also amazing as well, by the way. And then the best playmaker award went to Nigeria's own Ademola Lookman, who registered 5 assists and I think 4 goal involvement as well. So yeah, big up to Ademola Lookman as well. Also, the Fair Play Award went to Morocco. Some other numbers. The most consecutive wins at the tournament went to Nigeria. Who had 5 wins. The highest scoring team at the tournament was Nigeria, who scored 14 goals, just 2 shy of the all-time record set by Cote d'Ivoire, which is 16. Maybe next tournament another country will break that record, which I'm hoping to see. Now, for most goals considered at the tournament goes to Mozambique, who considered 9 goals in total. Wow, 9 goals. Now, the best defense, irrespective of where they ended up, 4 teams are actually battling it out because they considered just 2 goals, and they are Morocco, Comoros, Senegal, and DR Congo. Now, for the tournament, the highest average possession, wow, this is actually pretty impressive, was recorded by Nigeria, who recorded a 66% average possession. Wow, that's incredible. Senegal completed the most passes at the tournament, completing a total of 3,562 passes throughout the tournament. Wow, that's good. So the most shots attempted at the tournament, we actually have a tie between the 2 nations that made it to the final. Morocco and Senegal both attempted a record 108 shots throughout the tournament. Most corners won went to Senegal, who had 44 corners. And then in terms of offside, Egypt had the most offside calls with 15 offside calls. Most clean sheets throughout the tournament. Actually, there's also a tie between the 2 teams that made it to the finals, where Senegal and Morocco, they kept 5 clean sheets. For most penalties converted, there's also a tie between Morocco and Mali, where they converted 3 penalties each. Okay, this is another funny one. For the most penalized team in the tournament goes to Senegal, where they got 17 yellow cards and 1 red card. Wow. And somehow they still won the tournament. Big chances created at Afcon 2025 goes to Nigeria, where they created a record-setting 27 big chances. Wow. Nigeria actually could have scored a whole lot more. The largest win margin at Afcon 2025 goes to Nigeria, where they beat Mozambique by 4 goals to nothing, and that is still the largest goal margin at Afcon 2025. For the highest attendance at a game has to be the final, although the semi-final with Nigeria comes close, but Senegal versus Morocco had the highest attendance in Afcon 2025 with 66,526 people in the stadium watching that game. And the least attendance at Afcon 2025 has to be the game between South Africa and Angola, which recorded 4,013 spectators in the stadium. Overall, the total attendance at Afcon 2025 is 1,273,496, which is a record attendance for Afcon. That's pretty impressive. Finally, the Afcon team of the tournament was also announced, and it was pretty interesting because that team is actually pretty strong. In the day post, we have Yasin Bono of Morocco, who was actually pretty strong throughout the tournament. Although there are a few shots for other guys as well, guys like Edouamendi of Senegal, and I have to say Stanley Wabali of Nigeria, because he was pretty solid as well. But Yasin Bono has the call, and he is the goalkeeper of the tournament. At right back, we have Ashraf Hakimi of Morocco, who was pretty solid throughout the tournament as well. And in defense, we have Calvin Bassey of Nigeria, who was probably one of Nigeria's best performers at Afcon. Partnering him in defense is Moussa Niakite of Senegal, who was pretty amazing throughout the tournament as well. At left back, we have a player that was actually converted into that position in Nozai Mazraoui, and I think he had a pretty decent tournament because he was really strong for Morocco at left back. Now coming into midfield, we have Idrissa Gueye of Senegal, who was pretty amazing in that engine room. I think there's a few shots for a few people. I would have loved to see a Wilfred Ndidi in that team, because Nigeria suffered when he was out of the team, but Idrissa Gueye gets the nod. And then partnering him in the heart of the midfield is Papa Gueye from Senegal as well. I think that partnership was really amazing for Senegal throughout the tournament. And just in front of them, being the playmaker, Ademola Lookman of Nigeria, who is actually also the playmaker of the tournament with 4 assists to his name. And I think he had a good tournament as well. He had an amazing tournament as well. Now in front, they go with 3 men in front. On the right wing, we have Brahim Diaz of Morocco, who had an amazing tournament, scoring 5 goals. Although he lost that penalty that could have won the game for his team, but he still had a strong tournament. On the left wing, we have Sadio Mane of Senegal, who is also the player of the tournament. And up top, in the number 9 position, no other than Nigeria's very own Victor Osimhen, who had 4 goals to his name in the tournament as well. So there you have it, the Afcon team of the tournament. Now, overall, I think the Afcon 2025 was a total success, and scoring the Afcon, it has to be an A+. And so, until the next Afcon, I'll see you guys later.